Now, what I do want to show you is it's a little video, which is very, very interesting. Some people say that it's impossible to land in Beauvais. What some people did about 10 years ago and actually landed on the exact same spot that we're going to be landing.
Quand on partait du Cap Horn, c'est la fin de l'histoire, puis quand on s'en tourne à Bonne-Espérance, c'est le début de l'histoire. Tout un cycle.
We had been at sea for nearly 33 days with one destination in mind, Beauvais Island. Now that she was there before us, more mysterious than ever, I thought I might find a new age on its shores, a place away from human ambitions, somewhere untouched and pure. We rushed onto the dark volcanic sand, invisible to the birds, seals, and penguins, thinking there was nothing of the world but this island and the endless sea.
I can't believe it. We're on Beauvais, guys.
Be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Nomar, once again for having the opportunity to be here with you guys, and make sure you make the QSO with Beauvais. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much. We appreciate very interesting presentation, and I'm sure that we have questions.
Yeah, Ed, WX2R, I've got a question from Sudipta. Otis, when DX-pedition is over, what are you going to be doing with the equipment, particularly the radios?
Well, most of the radios are loaned. They're going to be returned to their owners, 3 or 4 of them going back to Ellicraft in California, a couple of them are staying in Norway. And there's a couple of them that I know friends of Adrian from the New York area gave it to him. So he has to make sure that to bring it back.
Who got permission from the Norwegian government to go? How did that go? Because Norwegians are pretty tight on what they do.
No, but this is, no, and it's actually not, I understand it's not really that difficult, as long as you keep to the rules. For example, one of the rules has to be that the ship has to stay there the whole time. They can't just go back and, come pick us up. Another rule would be to make sure that you take everything, don't leave anything. That even includes human waste. So we even have a plan to be able to transport safely all that stuff. Don't disturb the wildlife. And also very important, you have to land on that piece of the area. We're not allowed to be anywhere else on the island. And we're even not even considering getting up on the glacier because of safety reasons. We might need to, in case the cliff, we really can't handle it that way, we might need to go up the glacier. Some of the guys get on top and then set up the ropes and stuff so that we're able to climb. And actually the prepping, I mean, to get ready for this, we have to take climbing classes, glacier, walking classes. So it's get in shape, get some physical fitness and just preparation for it. So yeah. Quite a challenge, but yeah.
Great. Any additional questions for Otis?
Could you talk about the age distribution of everybody on the group? I mean, you're a pretty young guy. I mean, how are some of the others?
I'm 42. I'm the youngest. Some of the other guys are in their 50s. I think our oldest is 65. We got 2 guys at 65. Yeah. So that's the limit. When you compare it to the 3 Yankee 0 Zulu 4 years ago, there are a couple 70-year-old people there. But this is more of a physically challenge. That's why they wanted to get people, an average age group a little bit younger. And even with that, we have everybody has to get into a fitness checkup, medical clearance, dental clearance, a lot of precautions that we have to do, and make sure that nobody has any medical conditions that, could could get worse or could get a challenge. Our team physician, Mike, AB5EB, and you have to get, medical history through him. He's an emergency doctor out in Texas, and he will be team leader in physician team leader. So he needs to make sure that everybody's healthy, well fed. We even calculated, our dietary intake calories for the whole trip. So we've been accounting for that, accounting for water needs. At all times, there's at least 20 gallons of water on the island at any given moment, taking care of all the other, emergency situations, emergency shelters. We land into the island and all that. So it's a very well thought. I'm not even in a leadership position, and I have to answer emails every day. That's how much stuff is going on. There's something going on every single day.
There's a question, Otis. Will you guys be bringing a drone for video?
I don't have the details, but I'm pretty sure we will. That's one of the things that the 3 Yankee 0 Zulu team was very good at. I mean, they had drones. If you go to our website, you can see some of the videos that they took and all the intel they developed with pictures from the drone and trying to find, when they were doing it. They actually spent about 3 days out to the island. Pretty sure we're going to be doing the same. And that's the only way to record this so that we'd be able to keep everything for us like that. So we'll be like, yep, absolutely.
Have any additional questions?
If you're on the glacier, can you just stretch out your wire antenna on the surface of the glacier? Is the glacier like a big dielectric, or will it short out the RF to ground?
Because of safety reasons, we want to stay away from the glacier. There's some crevices. It's the middle of summer when we're going down there. So maybe it might not be the safest to walk around. For those reasons, we're out of the question now. Now, I believe that 3 Yankee 0 Zulu team, that was their plan, but they actually landed, I think they were going in February, not January like we're going. So that month maybe might have made a difference. But no, we already planned, and we believe that with our measurements of the actual site, we'll be able to get there. And then also we're not putting in any beverages. We're just using the loop receiving antennas for the 80 and 160. We should be okay with that. But thank you for the question.
I see one from Stephen. Does Norway have an RF exposure protocol which must be filled out similar to the FCC? And will you be adjusting your diesel fuel mix with kerosene on site to compensate for temperature?
I have no idea. If you want, send that question through our website, and I'm sure Ken will get an answer to you. I do know is we're going to have some heating elements that are not with a diesel generator. So we're going to have some heating at the operator tent and also at the social tent. I'm not sure what kind of fuel is it going to be using, but it's going to be in the middle of the tent itself with the chimney, kind of keeping ourselves warm. As far as the generators, we had to make this new switch. So they were testing out the diesel consumption rate, and we're going to be using our generators roughly about 50% power and 50%, to make sure that we have enough to cover. And also the good thing is that we're using diesel. So the ship itself is our tank, and it runs in diesel as well. So all the diesel from the ship, that's how we're going to be fueling our generators. So we don't have to carry, bunch of drums out on deck, fuel and stuff like that. Everything's already built in with the ship. So we'll be okay with that.
So along with what you're saying and the explanation in terms of medical oversight over there and all that, we have a couple of questions and I'll combine them into one. John wants to know, which I would assume that's something that you guys will be training as well, fire suppression, fire protection, and also Dave, KD2JIP, is asking, and I know you covered it briefly, about Bouvet Hilton and how it's going to be arranged for you guys.
Yes. No, we have part of the plan. We'll have fire extinguishers and things like that. We also, before we get on the ship, we have to take our ship training, testing out the survival suits, getting on the water, that kind of stuff. So the ship itself also have lifeboats. If there was anything to happen, it's in charge of the South African Coast Guard. And the fastest they could be there is 5 days. That's kind of our legal. And we also have to, each of us, buy evacuation insurance. But that will only work out of South Africa. Anything that happens in Bouvet, we're basically on our own. So that's why we have to make sure and take a mitigation plan. Don't do anything crazy. You're not Rambo out there. So make sure if you're tired, take a break. We're in no rush there. If it takes 3-4 days to build camp, it will take 2 or 3, 4 days. Doesn't matter. We don't have to get it all done in one day. We'll be there for a while. We'll make sure that we operate and the most important thing here is safety. So we're gonna make sure that keep ourselves safe, and we have to come back safe and sound. So that's our number one priority.
And you said that one of the requirements is that the boat has to remain near you guys.
Yes, you'll be anchored offshore. They'll have satellite, they'll have, VHF communication with us. We'll also have sat phones. And then, if anything else works, we'll just do, smoke signals or something. But they're going to be offshore, and they're going to have, I think it's 3 Zodiacs or 2 Zodiacs that we're going to be using. Also, the ship on the back of it, I don't know if you could see it in the picture, but it has a little crane. So that's what we're going to be able to use to load the Zodiacs as we do our trips. I think it's a total of 20 trips, and we get all of our equipment out there.
Any other questions for Otis? Remember, he not only is going to be participating in this DX-pedition, he has participated in other DX-peditions. So if you have any general questions about DX-peditions, please bring it in.
Yes, as a question here, I'm seeing what type of shelters did you stay, the tents? Yeah, they're made out of Norway. I'll get you the site. It's a Norwegian company, and they actually made them reinforced. We had some of the operators that participated in the VP8 South Georgia in 2020, and their feedback was essentially, we need to make sure that we have improved insulation, improved frames, and stuff like that. So that's why we went up with them. These are not the biggest tents, but they're definitely stronger, as they've been proven with the, in Norway and even with Norwegian equipment. So Norwegians are pretty good at the stuff that they make for winter. So I'll take their word for it.
Okay. Any questions?
Good evening, Otis, and thank you very
Yes.
much for this excellent presentation. Most
Thank you.
interesting. This is going to be quite a DX-pedition. I can see that. I know about the Bouvet operation previously, one of them anyway. I actually worked. I may be the only one on the Zoom meeting who actually worked Bouvet before. 3 Yankee 5 X-ray in 1989, 20 CW, and the pileups were absolutely phenomenal. But somehow my 100 watts on a wire made it through. But so I can appreciate what you're going to be met with when you do this operation. It's going to be quite a serious operation, and I wish you all the success. And please get home safely. God be with you in
Yes.
every way. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much for doing this.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. We need your support. So anything you can do for us, we're prayers and being on the radio and all the encouragement, we're definitely going to need it. So we're really looking forward to the question about the tents. I'm going to put it up here. I'll answer that question. I want to make sure I don't leave any questions unanswered. Oh, here we go. Arctic Labo. That's the company right here. This is the people that make them.
Good for winter field day, guys.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So this is heavy. So this is like a little tunnel. So the operating tent and the social tent, they're going to be connected by a tunnel. Sleeping tent's going to be farther away. And so essentially this is one tent, then the tunnel, and then the other tent.
Yeah, if
That's
it were Swedish made, Otis, there'd be a sauna in there as well. So
Probably, yeah. That would be really nice up there.
If you
Yeah.
get the post-presentation questions, where can any of those here present tonight, or those that will be seeing this video later, where can they reach you?
The easiest place, if you have questions generally about the expedition, would be to go to the website, 3 Yankee 0 Juliet. We're also on social media at Facebook. And then also you could email me directly if you would like. NP4G, it's my call sign. I'm okay in QRZ. The emails, everything is fine there. So absolutely, hit me up, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have.
I know that sometimes questions do arise after the presentation via YouTube and comments, so it's good for them to know that you're good on the call book for your email.
Absolutely.
Bob, go ahead.
Yeah, I was looking at that footage going ashore. Kind of looked like the D-Day invasion back in World War II. I was wondering, how do you keep your equipment dry and whatnot?
Except that there's no guns around, so we should be fine. No, we have special equipment, waterproof, and it's specific items that we have to purchase for our own. We're also going to be using the suits from the ship that they normally use when they go to Antarctica and all that. They're going to loan us. We put that on top of our own. Then you get on the Zodiac, get to land, take it off, and then that's only going to be used for the transport in the water. So we want to make sure we keep ourselves dry and everything else is safe like that. Absolutely.
Okay, or at least the penguins and seals are not going to be shooting at you.
No, exactly. But we have that was actually it's in our package. How do we handle that? So we're actually gonna have some sound and horns and things like that to keep them away. So hopefully, yeah. Plus we're gonna be on top of the mountain. The seals are not gonna be able to get up there. So the seals might be a problem as we land, as we get our things together and all that. So hopefully we'll be able to take care of that.
Excellent. So final call at the bar. Anybody else wants to
W2JC, I have a couple of comments.
go ahead,
Yes.
Jim. Good evening.
First of all, I love the background on your website.
Thank
with
you.
that ocean
Nice.
splashing around.
Yes.
And number two, you listed a couple of the early expeditions there that only made like 20 or 30 QSOs. That must have been totally frustrating.
Yes.
To go through all of that and only make 20 contacts.
Yeah, but think these are people that were going on Norwegian Polar Institute trips. So they would go there, spend, this is people on their spare time essentially. They're doing all their research and things like that. And so that's why they only have their free time. It's kind of like the McQuare, the VK0 mic guy right now that's on the island. He only operates on the weekends when he gets a chance.
So the government sort of sponsored those.
Yeah, I mean, they're going on a trip and you're a weatherman or whatever, you're a ham. Okay, so you do your work, and what do you do when you have spare time? Load up a wire and I think the Chuck Brady, he was on that team. He used the actually picture. I don't have it here, but there's a picture of the actual weather station that they were living on, and then you could see the wire antennas that he put up, and he had like under 100 watts to a wire. I mean, he was able to pull in, 8,000 QSOs back then. That's why the demand is so high. I mean, that's why it's incredible. Part of the challenge essentially. So I want to share this little picture here. This is our heating system that we had the question early on by Vail. It's a Norwegian brand. Yeah, it works with diesel. There you go. But paraffins prefer to less fumes. So we're gonna have then our pipeline putting all the vapor and all the harm stuff out there.
There was a question, John Carbone, about fire suppression and prevention on the site. I don't know if you covered that.
Yeah, we have a fire extinguisher and there's some fire training, and these systems have a way to shut them off, emergency shut up. So hopefully we should prevent any damage. It's just the actual picture of the factory when they build this stuff up in Norway. This is what it looks, some of the packages when you're carrying it and we're testing it. So these are our 3 tents. Actually, it's not this one that's not showing here, which is our toilet tent, but that one's still a secret. We really can't tell you how we're going to handle that. But there's a plan for that too. But yeah, this is quite exotic.
Okay. It's 8:33. We could do a couple more minutes, but just in case, you mentioned food. Are you guys going to be cooking there, or are the meals already ready to go and eat?
Yes, those are MREs, Norwegian-made MREs. That's our plan. We might have, if we get good weather, we might have every couple of days a nice meal from the ship. The ship is, it's fully stored. It's got a fridge. When we're in the boat, it's responsibility of crew to feed us and keep us. But if we get our good weather days every couple of days, we might do a Zodiac and maybe get some, real stuff every couple of days. Yep.
Excellent.
And also the ship has a water maker. So that's where we're going to be getting our water, fresh water supplies and all that stuff.
Otis, we want to thank you for giving us this presentation. I want to put you on the spot right now.
Yes.
And we hope that once you are back from the expedition, we could have you and you could give us a recap of how it went and give us your message, your experiences of how, and actually, if you can, invite some of those that participated and join us here in a future coffee talk there after the expedition. We would like to have you all and hear how it went.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. We'll have to schedule some time. By the time I'm home, it's a 2-month away trip. So I'm going to be negative credit with the wife. So no radio for at least 2 or 3 months. I'm going to be booked. Maybe summertime. Yeah, I can get back.
That sounds
summertime.
good.
I should be able to get here. Yeah.
That sounds good. And that I know that you visit the mainland once in a while. We hope that in one of your visits here to your old hood, the New York City area, you could join us at the clubhouse and be with us there. So
absolutely.
We're looking forward to that as well. I just want to thank everybody for being here, for being part of this coffee talk. Again, on behalf of the Fairlawn Amateur Radio Club, we appreciate you, Otis, for giving us your time. And I personally, as a good friend of yours for many years, I want to wish you all the best. Many blessings. Have fun, which is what I always say. I know you will. We look forward in having you next year, maybe in the summertime, and we'll talk of how Bouvet went. I want to pass it back to Ed. Go ahead, Ed.
Very good. Thanks, Nomar. Thank you, Otis. This was an absolutely fabulous presentation. Anyone who wanted an insider look on Bouvet certainly got it tonight. So thank you very, very much on behalf of the club and all of us in attendance tonight. Be safe, Otis. Take care, and our best from the club to everybody.
Thank you for your support, guys.
Yeah.
Take care.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Yeah.